Hi, Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com. I'm the creator of the Pressure-Free Method, which is an on-the-go stress management method. I help people as young as 10 and as old as 80. Most of the time, they're people who want to achieve more in life, whether that's in their personal life or in their professional life, in their athletic life. And I help them stop triggering the stress hormones, the fight or flight stress hormones. And tonight, what I wanted to share, my topic is to share with you one of my tools that's a favorite of a lot of my clients, and 3 different ways that my clients use this tool. It's called the double yellow line. I learned the concept of using a double yellow line from a book called Maximize Living. And it was by is it Ben Lerner, chiropractor Ben Lerner, Maximize Living. It's just a little thing in the back of back chapters of his book, and I just took it and really ran with it. And so here's what the double yellow line is, and here's 3 different ways you can use it. When you're driving down the road, you see a double yellow line. What does that mean? You can't pass, right? So you can't pass. So take a look at your day, like really look at your calendar. If you use a physical planner, you can do this in your physical planner. If you are using an electronic one, it's not as easy to do, but in a physical planner, you can actually do it pretty well. Instead of the one line between each of the times that you're having something coming up in your agenda, I want you to put 2 lines. And imagine that they're those double yellow lines when you're going down the road. So when you wake up, whatever you're doing first, that's what you're doing. There's a set of double yellow lines. You're not at that meeting yet. You're not at work yet. You're not at school yet. You're just here eating breakfast. And the double yellow lines mean you can't pass. You just have to enjoy your time eating breakfast. Maybe you're sitting with a family member. Maybe you have a roommate. You're sitting there and you're just having breakfast together. Like really be in the present moment. Don't beat yourself up about what you didn't do yesterday. Stay present and eat your breakfast. Now you're commuting or you're biking or you're walking, however you're getting to your next thing. So just really be in that. Maybe get some nice music on or you're listening to something in your iPods as you walk or whatever it is, but be in that moment. Double yellow line it. Okay, now you're in your first work project of the day or your first class if you're at school. So instead of worrying about the test coming up or the meeting that you're coming up to do, double yellow line that and really be in the class. You will take in far more information, especially if you don't trigger those stress hormones. You'll take in more information so you won't have to spend so much time later on regrouping, trying to remember what everybody said or the lecturer said if you're in school, whatever that is. You're actually going to be so much more present in the moment and your memory is going to work for you. Your whole cognitive function is going to work better for you. Double yellow line that. Okay, so maybe now you're having lunch with someone. When you double yellow line having a meal with someone, they're going to feel like you really see them, you really hear them, that you're really with them. And here's something I hear so much from people today. People are lonely. They feel like nobody hears them, nobody listens to them, nobody gets them. It's because we're all so triggered on stress hormones, we can't even see other people. And we don't hear them very well. So when you've double yellow lined your day, and used other pressure-free tools so that you don't trigger, you get into a meal with someone and they're going to actually feel like you care. They're going to actually feel like you're having a great time with them or a real time with them, depending on what you're talking about. But it'll be real. And so if you keep using these double yellow lines, it's super helpful. I want to share 2 other ways to use the double yellow lines. And these are both coming from 2 of my youngest clients. The first was 10 years old when she came up with this idea. She was quite the uber gymnast. Maya is her name. And here's what Maya did with her double yellow lines. And then some other clients have built on it too. She was headed to the 2020 Olympics. She's 10 years old. This is 10 years ago, 2020, or not that many years ago. 2020 Olympics. 2015, I think it was. So she has a painting of the Olympic rings with 2 double yellow lines going to them. So what that means is inside the double yellow lines are all the activities that she needs to do to get her to her goal. And outside of the double yellow lines are the things that would distract or take away. So if you have a goal for yourself, whatever that is, business goal, personal goal, financial goal, list the goal out and put 2 double yellow lines and list all of the strategies and tasks, all the things that you can think of, that if you do that, you stand a really great chance at meeting that goal. And then what's outside the lines? So let's say you have a health goal. Outside the lines might be drinking alcohol, eating sugar, smoking, all little things that you might do that you're saying, you know what? I've got this health goal now, and I'm going to stay in my double yellow lines. And this is what I'm going to do now. So it's a visual. Visuals are super powerful. If you've had trouble keeping to your goals before, actually drawing a picture is really helpful. In fact, one of my mentors, Robert G. Allen, he has a book called The 4 Maps. And I've done these 4 maps. I think I'm actually in the book, in the preface of the book. I worked on these 4 maps, and it's incredibly helpful to draw a picture. So play with that idea. And this next way, again, another one of my young clients, someone I coached during COVID, who had his grades all plummeted. He was missing over 50 assignments, and it was not looking good for him. We got together and turned everything around for him. And it was him taking the double yellow line and creating it this way that really locked in success for him. So we got on our last call together in my intro course, and he said, he had a big smile on his face. The smile was because instead of failing all the classes he was failing, he passed everything. Secondly, he said, I came up with a really neat way to use the double yellow line. He starts to describe it for me, like, I think you need to draw it for me. So here's what he did. He drew a circle with a double yellow line down the middle. On one side, he listed all of his tasks and chores, all his homework assignments and his chores that he needed to do for the day. On the other side, he listed the fun things he wanted to do. So get together with so-and-so, go to the rec center, play this video game. So he listed the things he wanted to do, have fun. So he goes, when I get home from school, I have to go on this side first and tick all these things off. Then I can come over into this side and then I can do these things. So I asked him, I go, okay, how much time are you spending after school on these tasks over here in this hemisphere versus this hemisphere? And he goes, oh, it's like 60-40. And I go, oh, so 60% in the chores and the homework. He goes, no. It's 40% in the chores and the homework and 60% playing, having fun. I'm like, oh, isn't that interesting? And then he proceeded to admit to me that prior to our work together, it was like 95% 5. Some nights he didn't even get to play his video games because he was arguing with his parents about trying to get all the chores and homework done because he wasn't done. So because he took the tool, created it in a cool way for himself, he found success. So I'm curious how you might take that double yellow line idea and create a way that it works for you. Maybe it's some way that you're going to draw it. Maybe it's some way you're going to think about it in your mind. One of my clients, she was in high school at the time that I was coaching her. She took a whole bunch of paper and made a huge double yellow line down the center of it and put that in the door of her locker. So when she opened her school locker, it was all a double yellow line. When you open her wallet, where the little plastic thing is, there was a double yellow line. And in her closet at her house, she painted a double yellow line. And it was just a constant reminder to stay present in the moment. By the way, if you do need to work on something in the future, you can prepare positively. You can take 10 minutes and work well for something for the future. It's the obsessive worrying we're trying to get rid of here with the double yellow line. Instead of worrying about it, actually create a plan and do something. So plan, pray. You can plan productively. You can pray productively and positively. Sometimes people's prayers have a lot of negative aspects to them. So your words are powerful. The words you think in your head are powerful. So that's the double yellow line. It's a great tool. Sometimes in my pressure-free planner, there's a place where you actually write, what tool are you going to use today? And I'm amazed how many times I will write down double yellow line, because it's easy to beat ourselves up about what we haven't done well and worry about what we have to do in our future. So that's the purpose of this double yellow line. I hope you liked this. If you like it, feel free to heart, like, send this out to somebody. By the way, on iPhones, like if you click share, you can scroll down and click more, and you can actually click the link to share it privately to someone. Because I understand that stress is a real private subject for a lot of people. And I'm grateful to anybody who will share, because you have no idea who you're helping. I just had a person find me on YouTube. Actually, 2 people just found me on my YouTube channel, and they're now in the Pressure Free program, and their whole lives are changing, and it's so cool. So feel free to share out, and I wish you a great pressure free night. Bye.